Hey, what is up guys? Monkey Smasher 1 here, and today I'm gonna show you how to clean your bowl and downstem in the most easiest way possible. For this, you're going to need a bottle of orange chronic, and I do mean the physical bottle and the contents inside. And either some paper towel or toilet paper. And hopefully not a lot. So, without further ado, let's get started. Alright, so what you're going to want to do first is make sure that the orange chronic contents have been used. You don't want to use fresh orange chronic when you do this because it's going to ruin all of the orange chronic. But you take used orange chronic, save it in the bottle. All you do, take the lid off, and I'll even show you. It's not orange like it should be, it's completely black inside. It's used. Take a sniff just to make sure, because orange chronic can only be used for like a month, maybe two, reused. Like you may be able to get away with 2 months, but that might be pushing it. You do want to make sure you restock your used orange chronic frequently, like at least once a month. But we're going to start off with the bowl. My bowl may be broken. Your bowl probably isn't, but it will still work, even if the bowl is broken down here like mine is. Take that, pop it in, just like that. Now you see how it's like sitting up like this? It fits perfectly. It's not going to fall in or anything. Take the lid and just lightly turn it until you feel it tight.
No!
Make it a little bit tighter. Sorry about that cut, but so as I was saying, you take it, you twist it slowly until you feel it tight. It's not closed all the way to the bottom, as you can see right here, but then you want to just turn it a little bit more to make sure it's secure. But you're not going to turn it too much because it can break the top of the bowl. And what you're going to do is just simply...
Oh my god! No way, I gotta tell Steve and Joe.
Sorry about that cut. If you live in London, Ontario, you're going to be interested to find out that, and you like Warframe, you're going to be interested to find out that Warframe is holding a TennoCon here in London, Ontario at the RBC Place. I may be going. Anyway, so yeah, just simply shake your bottle. Because it's used orange chronic, it's not going to work as effectively as, you know, fresh, unused orange chronic. But you're just going to keep shaking it. And this video tutorial will be kind of left as uncut as possible. The only cuts that will be made is when I press that pause button right on my phone. Okay. Also, side tip. Sometimes when you do this, it may leak out the side. You're going to want like one square of toilet paper or paper towel, and just like, I'll show you what to do right now if that happens. It didn't happen to me, but take like one square and then just fold it twice. So it's like this. Take the bottle and then just wrap it around. And then when you're shaking it, you take where the toilet paper connects and you basically just hold it there with your finger like this. And then I'm going to save that in case it happens with the downstem. So you'll notice that the bowl is actually stuck in the cap. All you need to do, just shake the cap a little bit. Not too hard, not too soft. Just a tiny shitter like that. And it should come out perfectly fine. So, now, what the end result should be is something that looks like this. It's all covered in Orange Chronic, it's wet. So, now, depending on how much you smoke, or depending on how you smoke with your bong, because my wife smokes differently, this process could be you just take like 1 or 2 pieces of toilet paper and you're done, or you could be stuck using like, sorry about that. Anyway, so I'm just gonna quickly do this again because I think it's drying up a little, and that can't happen. I got distracted. So anyway, started dripping off the side. That's another thing that can happen. Good thing I saved this. Anyway, so now what you're gonna do is, if you're using toilet paper, you're gonna take 3 squares, set that down. You're gonna take 2 squares, set that down. And then you're also gonna take 1 square and set that down. So, and then just grab another 2 set just to be safe. Actually, no, you're gonna need this. So fold this into 1 square, and then take your bowl and then just wrap it like this so you can dry off the outside and whatnot. You're gonna want to save this. Take your 2 squares that you've made and fold it into 1. Push it in with your finger to your bowl and then twist. And then just also start shoving it in there so you can just twist it and make sure everything comes off. There's still a little bit on there, but nothing just turning it around slightly and then twisting it in can't fix. Boom. If you're in the bathroom, just throw it in the toilet. If you're in anywhere else, put it in the garbage. Take your take your 3 square and then fold that to make it look like 1 square. And then what you're going to do is you're going to roll it. You're just going to roll it as tightly as you possibly can. And your end result should look like this. Normally, because your bowl shouldn't be broken, you could just slide it in like this and twist. But for me, that's kind of difficult. So if your bowl is broken, what you're going to want to do is just twist on your piece of toilet paper so that you can fit it in the hole and then be able to twist it. Now, if your bowl cleans in 1 go, perfect. I'm not so lucky. So, okay, yeah, that's all I can get out. I'm gonna need to, but it's a good start on my bowl anyway. Now, what you're gonna want to do, go back and take this piece. If you have something, I recommend getting a toker poker. But if you have something small, like maybe even a paper clip,
Cool.
you can use that. Take it, just lightly push in the hole and like move it around in a circular motion. What you're trying to do, and push it in through as well. What you're trying to do is loosen up all the resin that's in there. Because what the next step requires is kind of hard to do unless you clean that out. If it is clogged. If it's not clogged, just proceed to this step. Take your one square, roll that as tightly, and I do mean as tightly and as thinly as possible. The end result should look something like this. And what you're going to do is just twist it to make it smaller and more narrow at the tip. Something like that should be your end result. So now you're going to just twist it into the hole. Now don't be discouraged if you can't get it in the first time, because I can show you what to do in that result. So let's say I didn't get to push this in. Let's say this isn't completely black right now. If you were having trouble pushing this in, just take your thumb and index finger at here, or at this part of it, and then what you're just going to do, rip it, and then just throw it. What you've done is now created a little bit more of a tip that you can twist to make it more pointed in towards the hole. I'm just trying to explain this the best I can. If it doesn't make sense to you, I'm sorry. And then just go back to what you were doing. It should be a hell of a lot easier if you were struggling. So now that that's done, your inside should be crystal clean. Look at that, minus the broken part there. Like you can physically see how clean that is. So now, just take this, whatever. If your result by this point is that your bowl is completely clean, what you're going to do is go on to the last step, which is rinsing and repeating. What you're going to do is, well, I'll show it later in the video. Let's save that for now. Let's say your bowl is now like mine. What you're going to do is take some hot water from your sink or tap. I'm going to let that get hot. But what you're going to do, just take it and hold it under. If you do burn your fingers, just kind of back away for a minute and then go back in. It may hurt, and I'm sorry. I'm not trying to hurt my viewers. But if you can handle hot water, cool. What you're going to do, just take it, hold it under there for as long as you possibly can, until you just can't anymore because the pain is too unbearable. Ow! And now, yeah, it looks kind of cleaner, but grab 3 more squares. Or if you're using paper towel, this should be equivalent to like the size of one or two pieces of paper towel. And do the same thing. Fold that into one square, roll it as tightly as possible. Can't believe this part has almost taken 15 minutes. And this part can also, I guess, be equated to the rinse and repeat. So what you're going to do is take your bowl, put it under hot water, if it's clean, and then just do the same steps. Take it, put it in, twist. This is also drying your bowl so that it's immediately available and ready. But I mean, it's the same process if your bowl is like mine and didn't get clean on the first go. Now, for me, I am not 100% expecting perfect results. I am not a perfectionist when it comes to this. Hell, I can't even get my downstem 100% fully clean every time. Because sometimes the resin's just like stained on the glass or whatever. But also rinsing the bowl does bring the smell of chemical orange chronic out of the bowl, because you're just now rinsing it off and then drying it at this point. So as you can see, because my bowl didn't clean properly, I'm just continuing to use the same one until I just can't anymore. This one should still be okay to use. And what I'm actually going to do with this one is keep it in there, because I'm not expecting it to be perfect, but I do want it to be at least good enough to use, if that makes sense. If you have, take your paper clip or toker poker or whatever you're using and just grab the resin, because this will also push the resin through that. Grab the resin, just kind of wipe it off. Now, because you've just rinsed your bowl, take one square, not two, one, and then fold it in half so that you can just push your finger and rinse that or dry that. Then just keep rolling it tightly so that you get that thin piece again that you can just shove in there and dry your bowl. And maybe get any excess resin that got pushed through during the last process if your bowl was like mine. Now, there we go. Your end result should be something close to, if not 100% clean, like mine. Now, I'm sorry that part took 20 minutes. I will be making cuts because this is pretty much the similar process with the downstem. But I'll also show you before and after. So here's before. There's the inside of it currently. Take your downstem, plop. Take the lid, twist. Now you can be a bit more lenient with how tight you tighten the bottle on your downstem, because the top part of your downstem is thicker glass. The only reason you can't really tighten it as tight on the bowl is because the bowl's top part here isn't as thick as it may seem in terms of the glass. This could easily break if it tightens too tight. That's not to say this couldn't break either, but just shake it like you did with the bowl. For those that didn't see what just happened, I somehow, I don't know how the fuck I just did this. I just somehow got a drop, a singular drop of used orange chronic just like went into my eye. I don't know how the fuck that just happened. That's never happened to me before, so I was not expecting it. Anyway, I'll see you when I pull the down stem out of my bowl, or out of the orange chronic. Motherfucker, that was an experience. Anyway. Oh. What you're going to do now is, with your down stem, you're going to need a few things. Now, I don't know how to count these squares that you're going to need, but for this, you're going to need 1 loop around, 2 loops around, 3 loops around, and then cut it at the very top. This is where I worry for your toilet paper. I hope you have paper towel for this. Fold it once, fold it twice. Take it sideways and roll. Actually, I'm gonna do that when I'm ready. I'm stressed about the orange chronic in my eye. That really caught me off guard. Just cleaning up the bottle real quick. So now, here's a little bit of the in-between what the down stem looks like now. I'm gonna grab 2 like that, so that I can just grab the down stem like this, and then just, because you don't want to be holding the orange chronic the entire time while you're doing this. It's kind of gross. Anyway, by the way, if your down the stem is good and gets clean on the first go, this is all you really need. And, well, this. You're just going to want to, like, shove this part as best as you can into the top and just start twisting so that you can kind of have, like, a baseline of where you start, I guess. Because mine goes into this part here, and it really shouldn't, but because my bowl's broken, it does. What you're gonna do now is take your bottle of orange chronic and just close the cap and put it off to the side so that you don't accidentally spill it like I have before in the past. Anyway, set that down, then start rolling. The end result should look something like this. It's not gonna ever be perfect. If you can get it perfect, props to you. Just start twisting and then bringing your hand back so that you can twist more of it. And then take your down stem and boom. And because you didn't twist the other part, because you shouldn't, just keep twisting it in. And you'll notice that any resin is going to just come off. Like that, see? It's all just coming, like the only part that isn't coming off is right here. And I'm expecting that, because I have not been able to get that clean. And this tutorial only took 25 minutes, but because that's also me explaining everything. Take hot water and just rinse out your down stem. You don't even need to worry about drying it because your down stem's going in the water anyway. And voila, your down stem is clean, relatively speaking. Especially if you're not a perfectionist. If you're in the bathroom doing this, just flush the toilet. All good. And well, You can use orange chronic to clean an old down a bong too, but everyone knows how to clean a bong with orange chronic, so I'm not even gonna bother. Anyway, if you enjoyed this tutorial, please leave a like, comment, and